Hi, Steve Schlagel here with some tips on what to look for when you're hiring a bookkeeper. The first tip is find someone with good experience. Sometimes that's hard to do in the workplace today. There seems to be fewer and fewer bookkeepers available to be hired. But when you're interviewing, you want to find someone with good experience. And how experienced of a person? I would say as experienced as you can afford. The better that bookkeeper is, the better it will be for you and your business. So, quote, buy all the bookkeeper that you can afford. And the second is when you're looking at that experience that they have, remember experience as a clerk is not the same as experience as a general charge bookkeeper. In your business, you may be looking for someone to handle, in your small business, someone to handle all of the bookkeeping functions within that business, which means you need someone we call a general charge bookkeeper, someone who's familiar not only with accounts payable, accounts receivable, dealing with payroll issues and sales tax issues and general journal entries and so forth. You want that overall experience. Sometimes if you have multiple people taking care of your accounting in your business, then maybe you would hire a payroll clerk or an accounts payable clerk. But if you're looking for an overall bookkeeper, make sure they've got experience in that, because someone who's an accounts payable clerk would not necessarily make a very good choice as an overall bookkeeper. And lots of times people are trying to hire someone to be kind of an office manager bookkeeper, and that's fine, but make sure they've got good bookkeeper skills. So look for that experience. And the better they are, the better the person that you can afford, the less oversight you're going to have to provide. But if they really don't get it, and if they're really lightweight, then you're going to spend a lot of time overseeing what they do, or you're going to be hiring a CPA from the outside to take a look at what they're doing, and it's going to take them quite a bit of time to be teaching them, training them, getting them up to speed, correcting their errors, and fixing things. So do yourself a favor and buy all the bookkeeper that you can afford. That's the first tip. Second tip is technology. Technology is part of our life today. And so we want to make sure the bookkeeper we hire is very comfortable with our accounting system. Many businesses use QuickBooks, which is a great program to use to track your business. So make sure they've got familiarity with that. And not only with that software, but with using the cloud. A lot of us store a lot of our information online. We put our backups online of our data. We maybe scan and hang on to our receipts in a paperless fashion, and we may store that in the cloud too. And whether you put it in the cloud or you got servers that you back stuff up on, you want to make sure that your bookkeeper is comfortable with the technology that you use. And a lot of our banking and customer relationships are done online now also. So if they're not comfortable with technology, they're probably not going to fit the bill for what you need done. Third tip is thinking about data entry and reporting. Data entry talks about their ability to get the information that you're providing them or that your customers and your vendors are providing them into your accounting system. They need to be good at that. They need to do it on a timely basis, whether that's daily or weekly or monthly. You know, some people will hire a bookkeeper that's only going to work with their information once a month or once a week or every day, depending on the size of your business. But you want to make sure that this person is not getting behind, that they're timely, that that information is in there, so that once that month is over, you can pull up financial statements. And from a reporting perspective, you need good quality financial statements, and they need to be able to get that information in there on a timely basis, pull up those financial statements and take a look at them. And that bookkeeper has to be good enough to be able to look at those financial statements and see if something's out of whack, something doesn't make sense, something's not right, and then they can make the correction. And again, if you couldn't afford a really high-level bookkeeper and you had to go with someone with very little experience, then it's going to be either you or that outside CPA coming in and taking a look at it and finding the mistakes and recommending the changes and corrections. And you can manage your business better when you've got good information, when you've got good financial statements to work from. You can do better projections of the future. You can plan better for your business. It just all around makes a lot of sense to make sure everything is done on a timely basis and you've got the reports you need to do that. And speaking of that, we think about taxes. In order to do proper tax planning, we need information that's in the accounting system on a timely basis. I sit down with my customers, the people that I work with, at least sometime during the month of November and December to try and decide if we're going to make some adjustments, changes, how we're going to tie out owner compensation at the end of the year and so forth. And we can't do that if there's not timely information in there that's accurate that we can work from. Garbage in, garbage out. If the information's not very good, we can't do good planning. And then it comes to actually doing tax returns. And if we're dealing with income tax returns, I'm sure that you would like to see excellent information there so that we can do a good job of squeezing that tax liability down and maximizing the amount that you get to keep. But not only that, there's other types of taxes that have to be filed: payroll tax returns, sales tax returns, personal property tax returns. Got a lot of stuff going on there, and you want to make sure that you've got good information. And so that bookkeeper has to be somewhat conversant with the world of taxes. They need to understand what you need to be able to provide your CPA. They need to be good at doing those payroll tax returns and not causing errors that result in penalties that cost you more money, that they can do those sales tax returns correctly also, personal property tax returns and so forth. I mean, that's all important. So they need to be conversant with taxes. And last, from a cash flow management perspective, bottom line, what's the important thing coming from the business is cash flow. You need to understand your cash flow. It's no fun to get to a point during the month when you've got a payroll that's got to go out, and all of a sudden you find out, oh my goodness, we don't have enough cash here to cover payroll for this particular cycle, or our accounts payable are getting behind, we're not getting our bills paid on time, or we've got customers who haven't paid us for 60 days or 90 days, and the agreement was that they pay you within 30 days. A good bookkeeper's watching all of those things and keeping an eye on it for you and advising you of when there's an issue, and taking the bull by the horns and following up with your customers and finding out why they haven't got the payment, and making sure that they're doing everything they can to see that that happens, making sure that your bills aren't getting behind, that you're aware of what the issues are so that you can manage your business well. So cash flow is really important. It's important for your relationship with your bank. Most businesses have a line of credit with their bank, and you don't want to keep drawing on that line of credit and end up with it being maxed out and you have no flexibility when you need it. Good bookkeeper will help you to make sure that not only in your cash flow management, they're also managing your credit and making sure that they're watching those lines of credit so you know what you need when you need it. A good bookkeeper, again, is going to be someone that's got the experience to do the job, is comfortable with technology, they're timely in doing their data entry, they know whether their reporting is right or not, they're giving you good financial information, no garbage in, garbage out. They're giving you quality information so that you and they can manage your tax situation, your cash flow, and your banking relationships with requirement to your credit. No surprises. You don't need any surprises. You want to make sure these things are done so you can focus on growing your business, managing your business, and being profitable for the long run. This is Steve Schlagel. Thanks for watching.